In this video I will show you how to do this very unique mouse carousel animation step by step. I promise you that by the end of this video you will have understood the concepts and techniques necessary to do these animations on your own and tweak them as you need. And as always you will find all the assets necessary to follow along with the tutorial in the description. So without losing any time, let's dive straight into it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is import the clip. You can find it in the description with all the assets. Now I'm gonna rescale this clip a bit and I'm gonna make sure to align the cursor of the mouse with the center of the image. Once this is done, I'm gonna add all the AI icons. As you can see, all the icons aren't the same size, so I'm gonna fix this. Now I'm gonna take the ellipse tool and I'm gonna hold shift on my keyboard to draw a circle. I'm gonna remove the fill because we don't need it, and I'm gonna center the circle to the wheel of the mouse. From there, I'm gonna take all the applications and put them along the circle. One thing you can do to align the icons better is to decrease the opacity and then use the anchor point to center them better. Once this is done, I'm gonna rotate the icons to make sure that they fit along the circle. Okay, now comes a very important step to turn these basic icons into layers that we're gonna be able to customize in 3D like crazy. So what we need to do is select all the Illustrator files, right click, go to create and create shapes from vector layers. Once this is done, we can remove all the Illustrator's files. Now if I select this icon, you can see that we have the letters separated from the background. So this is going to be very useful to animate the icons later. From now what we need to do is duplicate every layer and make sure that we keep one layer for the letters and one layer for the background. So for example, I'm going to rename this one to AO for After Effects and this one to AEBG, that stands for After Effects background. And what I'm going to do is keep only the first two groups here, and here I'm going to keep only the last group. And if I do this, you can see that this one is the background and this one is the letters. So I'm gonna do this for all the apps, but I'm gonna skip this part because it's a bit time consuming. Once you're done, I recommend you to select either all the letters or all the background boxes and then change the label. This way it's more visually organized. Now I'm gonna select all the apps layers and I'm gonna turn them to 3D like so, and make sure that the render mode is set to advanced 3D. Now I'm gonna make sure that every visual element, like these letters here or the FaceTime logo here, are linked to their respective background. So for this I need to go here and change the parent link like so. And now in order to link all the icons together, I'm gonna create a null object that I'm gonna rename to main, and I'm gonna select all the background boxes and link them to the null. From there I'm gonna turn the null in 3D and I'm gonna rotate it like so. Now I'm gonna select all the background boxes and I'm gonna go here in geometry options to extrude the boxes. So I'm gonna put something like 40. Then as you can see, all the boxes are not extruded the same way, so I'm gonna fix this manually. I can now change the Z rotation to see if the size of the icons are okay. And now once again, with all the background boxes checked, I'm gonna increase the bevel depth to 20 and I'm gonna change the bevel style to convex. As you can see, I still have issues with the extrusion of the background boxes. These ones are bigger than these ones, so I'm gonna fix this real quick. Now that we extrude the boxes, I'm gonna select all the elements and do the same thing. So I'm gonna go in geometry options and change the extrusion depth, and I'm gonna put something like 15. Now I'm gonna hit P on the keyboard and change the Z position to be able to see the extrusion. Now if you see that it's not extruded properly, just fix the icons one by one. If you want, you can also add bevel to these elements. Me, I'm gonna add one and I'm gonna choose convex. Now we can remove the rotation here, and what I'm gonna do is change the 3D parameters. So the first thing is gonna be to select all the layers, go again here, and then you select material option, and the trick is to put the specular shyness at 100. Bam! See how it looks. As you can see, the FaceTime icon isn't the right color, so I'm gonna fix this now. I'm gonna put green, and the Apple Music too, I need to put red. Alright guys, I want to let you know that if you want to support my work, I actually built a toolkit that allows editors and motion designers to brand videos instantly and to create their own templates. It's called the Video Branding Kit and it's compatible with After Effects 2025 and newest versions. I built this kit because I struggled for years learning motion design, branding, and make video professional. I was spending so much hours to have shitty results, and in the end I had to restart from scratch for every project. But now that I built this toolkit, my workflow is so much easier. I can add premium animations almost instantly, customize them on demand, and even build my own templates thanks to this toolkit. More information on this toolkit in the description. Now let's go back to the tutorial. From there, we're gonna add some light because the icons looks a bit dark. First, I'm gonna add an environment light, and I'm gonna import this chromatic background image. I'm gonna scale it because I need it to cover the icons, and here under source I'm gonna change it to chromatic abstract background. I'm gonna increase a bit the intensity of the light, and I'm gonna add another light, and this time it's gonna be an ambient light. And I'm gonna change the intensity. I'm gonna put something like 80. Okay, now it's time to animate the carousel. I'm gonna turn off this layer because we don't need it anymore. And the first thing I'm gonna do is select all of these icons and animate the rotation of them separately. Then I will select the wheel and make it spin. So let's start with this icon. I'm gonna keyframe the Y rotation. I can put something like -20 here, and then I go to the end of the composition and I put 50. I can also keyframe the X rotation and tweak the icon. Basically, you can customize the rotation as you want according to your needs. So I'm gonna do this for all the icons, but I will skip this part. Once this is done, you should have something like this. Now the last step is to animate the wheel. So I'm gonna select the menu, hit R on the keyboard to reveal the rotation options, and I'm gonna have to keyframe the Z rotation. But first I need to make sure that every rotation is properly synchronized with the mouse motion. Let's go to the first spin. Here I'm gonna add a keyframe on the Z rotation. Okay, let's go to the end of the first scroll, like so. And I'm gonna make it spin a lot for the first. Okay, let's go to the next scroll, and this time I'm gonna make it spin, but just a bit, like so. Again, let's go to the next scroll, put a keyframe, then go to the end of the scroll and spin the wheel a bit. So I think you got it. I'm gonna repeat this for every scroll. Once this is done, you should have something like this. As you can see, it's not really smooth, so we're gonna select all the keyframes, click F9, go to the graph editor, and for each curve I'm gonna make something like this to ease the beginning and the ending of the animation. And by the way, a quick trick: when you select the curve here, you can click here to zoom on it. And now, as you can see, it's way smoother. Now, one last step that we can do is to make all these icons pop out at the same time. So for this, I'm gonna select all of these layers, pre-compose them, rename it to carousel, and I'm gonna use one of my favorite presets that I created called blur sliding. By the way, you can find it in the description. I'm gonna make the animation shorter, and boom, look the result. Now the animation is fully completed. Alright, that's it for the tutorial. If you have any questions, drop a comment, I reply to everybody. And also, if you liked the video, like and subscribe. I share weekly tips to help editors work smarter, not harder. See you in the next one. Cheers!